Gunpowder Milkshake was written and directed by Navot Papushado, stars Karen Gillan, Lena Headey, Freya Allen, Chloe Coleman, Carla Gugino, Michelle Yeoh, and Angela Bassett, and Paul Giamatti. This is a brand new action comedy. Well, action thriller. It's not really much of a comedy. That came out on Netflix this Wednesday, and I'm here to talk about it. So in this movie, to protect an 8-year-old girl, a dangerous assassin reunites with her mother and lethal associates to take down a ruthless crime syndicate and its army of henchmen. Going into Gunpowder Milkshake, since 2018, I have been pretty enthusiastic about this movie, mainly because of Karen Gillan in the lead role, and it seemed like for her a departure from Guardians of the Galaxy and Giamatti, but she's still in the action category. And also, the other cast members and the director was unknown, so, and from the trailer it looked pretty exciting. It looked like it was going to be a lot of fun, and it was bloody as rated R, and believe me or not, from initial reactions, I was really excited. However, going into this, I was a little nervous though, because this has been held back for at least 2 years, since 2019 and 2020, after they finished the filming after 2019. I was a little bit held back because I think of the whole pandemic situation, and also because they had trouble finding a studio to take this. But I can easily say that Gunpowder Milkshake, it's a fun movie, but I definitely will have to say I am a little disappointed that I am not saying I loved it. Like, I liked the movie fine, but I do have some issues I do need to go into with this movie. And the best way for me to start off this review is to go into my negatives and then work my way up to the positives. Easily my first big negative, I do have to come out and say I do feel like the script at times is a bit clunky and is a bit over the top at times. I get, if that's what you're going for, over the top, that's fine. I like an over the top movie. But I do feel like there were quite a few times watching this movie where it got a little bit into the cartoonish category. Granted, it's not on the level of overly cartoonish as Fast and Furious 9, but it did get to a point where the characters, it does feel like a little, I feel like there was a lack of vulnerability to this whole team. Granted, yes, one of them dies in the movie, of course, but I felt like you could have scaled back from the whole part of it where I feel like that these girls aren't invincible, and at least had at least another one of these characters die. Like, you could have had a moment where the mom character played by Lena Headey dies as an act of self-sacrifice, which I thought they were going to do. Also, there is a little bit of issue I do have in terms of a lack of a guy character lead. Yes, Paul Giamatti's in the movie, but he's really more of the crime lord who took care of Sam when she was younger. He's not really much of a guy of assistance to help them, and I did feel like that was a little bit missing. That I wish there was a way we could have like at least not a team of guys, but at least 3 or 2 guys helping the sisterhood out, willing to take the bullet for them. I'm not saying you have to go into the love interest category, but you could have at least done that and it would have been fine. And the only problem, another issue I did have is, even though I do think the main actress does a good job, which we'll get into my positives because she does good, I feel like when she gets hurt, I felt like they didn't. I'm not sure if I can kind of tell this is more of a writing directing phase, that I feel like they didn't allow her to fully feel the pain of the gun of getting hurt, and they could have at least scaled back and made the character sound a little bit more cuckoo, like take joy in killing the bad guys here. And another negative I will say, I feel like this movie runs for at least a little bit too long. The movie is an hour and 54 minutes. You could have easily cut some of the draggy parts in the middle, at least one or two, and you could have trimmed the opening of the movie down to at least 3 to 10 minutes. But that's basically I have to get my little frustrations with this movie out of the way, because I do think with a sequel of the Gunpowder Milkshake, you could easily improve on the issues that you did wrong. And you could make a sequel better than the first movie. Which, I would be down for a sequel. I'm not gonna really complain too much. Now I could get into what I actually like about the movie. I'd have to let out those issues because they do drag me from saying I love this movie. But here are the main things I can say good about the movie. One, the direction and cinematography in this movie. The director, he knows how to shoot a movie. It's very stylized, very cool, very creative, and it's very neon fueled, so I like that. There's a lot of vibrant colors, especially in the costume design. It does get into that, and it embraces its neon creativeness and its colors. The movie is not dark and emo. It's very filled with colors. This and Space Jam and New Legacy, which is something I appreciate. Also, I will say that the action in this movie is well shot, it's well edited, and is well choreographed. Granted, the MPAA does restrain some of the violence a little bit. It is bloody, it is rated R. You do get some blood and gore, but I feel like sometimes with some of the action they did kind of just cut away from the kills, which I'm not going to blame the director. This is mainly an MPAA situation that continues to plague most of these action movies. You got to see every punch from a mile away, and they didn't scale back. Also, I will say the performances from the main girls are really good. I do like the performances here. Karen Gillan, yes, despite the fact that I feel like the director kind of held her back a little bit from more emotion, she does fine in what she has to do. This isn't her best role, but it's definitely better than whatever the hell her role was in The Circle, because they completely underutilized her in The Circle. Here, even though she didn't get the chance to show as much emotion as she wants to, I feel like she does good in the role. Also, the rest of the girls in the movie, like Carla Gugino, Michelle Yeoh, Angela Bassett, and Lena Headey, they do a fine job as well. The main villain, played by Raph Nelson, a bit over the top, but he does good in his role too. Chloe Coleman as the little girl, I very much enjoyed her. She was funny, she was awesome, and I thought she did good. The cast is not a problem, and Paul Giamatti does good as the crime lord. I would also say the score, me personally, I enjoyed the soundtrack. Not the songs. The songs are a bit iffy, but the background music it's Kill Bill-like, and I have fun with the score. It's a very entertaining score that I very much enjoy, for the most part. And I do like the whole mystery setup that they decided to go with the sisterhood. So maybe another thing you can improve on in the second film, Gunpowder 2, is give us more reasons on why this whole organization of the sisterhood is so secret, and why is it not meant to be like be all out there? Like, why aren't they out helping other people, including guys, when they need it? So that's something I feel like they could easily go deep into. Also, I forgot to mention, all the female leads are beautiful, of course, even though I felt like there should have at least been some more weakness value to them. They, they do look badass when they're doing it. I just felt like the issues I do have kind of plays into the movie a little bit, and it kind of bleeds over. But I will say the good does outweigh the bad. But like I said, with a sequel to Gunpowder Milkshake, you could easily improve on some of the issues there. You could have these girls go through a sense of vulnerability, have a male lead or two join them, and you could just get a little more fun with it. And anyways, before I even forget, here's a little montage of the main actresses, because I almost forgot. At the end of the day, I will say Gunpowder Milkshake is a ton of fun packed into it. I didn't quite love it. At the very least, this will be an honorable mention on my best of, simply because of those issues I just mentioned early on into the review. But you have some brutal action for the most part when they're not cutting away. A story that's interesting, some gorgeous cinematography, and the cast does sell this. Mainly Karen Gillan, who, despite the problem that the director did hold her back a little bit, and Coleman does a good job. And also, I do want to see more of this in a sequel with some improvements. I will say, if you're interested, definitely watch this. But if you are someone who doesn't want to watch a female-led movie like this, or any other female-led movie that we've gotten, action or not, you probably would not want to watch it. I would say give it a chance on Netflix. It's not the worst thing ever. I just felt like it is a bit disappointing in the male leads aspect in some other territories, but it's not really the worst thing ever. And nor is the next movie I'll talk about, which is Space Jam: A New Legacy. So, at the end, I did enjoy it, and I will give Gunpowder Milkshake, I highly recommend it. Not epitastic, but good, that's fine enough. And that was my review of Gunpowder Milkshake. In the comment section down below, what did you guys think of it? Did you enjoy it? Did you not like it? All my social media links are in the description box down below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell to get notified when newest videos are up. There will be more videos coming out, especially my G.I. Joe reviews, which I have, and then I have more videos coming on along the way. If you be sure to like this video, comment down below. Be sure to share this video because it does help with the algorithm and such. And as always, you guys keep it cool and join the Epictasticness. I'll see you guys in my next video.